Hey everyone, your designers are here. I'm Anita from Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home.
We've got tips, tricks, and decorating advice for you today, so let's get started.
Hey everybody, can you feel the summer wind? It's coming. So we are going to talk, I love that song. We are going to talk about summer decorating today and give you some advice and tips and our thoughts on how to transition your home or your outdoor space. So let's kick off the summer with Anita. Anita, what do you do for the summer?
Well, I like to get the porch ready. You know, I don't do lots of summer decor, but I definitely get my porch all ready for summer weather and, you know, breakfast out there. So we definitely clean off the furniture and make sure it's all set up and ready to enjoy.
I did that over the weekend on our porch. Now, this will be the first year that we're actually enjoying the porch and not sort of perched out there because we got rid of all the dry rot, which was really charming that we had last year.
The porch looked gorgeous. It looked like you had a nice wicker settee there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I know. I sent my girls a little preview photo, but
nice.
Thank you. I'll be doing the reveal hopefully on the blog, maybe next week.
Looks like an old timey porch. It looks like the kind of porch I want to hang out on.
It's so
It
not
is a little
LA.
old-timey.
That's what's so surprising.
Yeah, it looks like kind of a farmhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is a farmhouse. I know,
Right.
it's kind of weird. But yeah, all the gingerbread is, we restored some of it and freshened up what could be freshened up and replaced what was really eaten away by the little buggies. And and painted it and put some marine varnish on the floor, which I thought was a really good idea. And it's making it so easy to clean it off. And of course, we did all that.
True.
Yeah, isn't that
we
a good...
did. Yeah, we did a deck sealer on ours too, and it really was, you know, something you really have to do because it's exposed to all kind of weather.
Yeah, you can just hose it off. So we did all this and it was done. And I almost didn't want to put furniture on it because it was, you didn't want to put it on. It was always like hanging something on a freshly painted wall.
Yeah.
And then we had we never really get weather here. We had some crazy 3 days of wind. And so the pollen on all these big, beautiful trees was all over everything.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
Not
on
again.
Sunday, I started from top to bottom and cleaned it all up. By Sunday night, I was able to sit down on the porch. It was really fun.
It is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
it is.
Yvonne, you want to jump in with something that you do for the summer?
Yes, I start cutting my flowers that are in my garden and picking the fruit from some of my trees and bringing vegetables in, and I use them in decor. And even if you don't have gardens and orchards and things like that, you can definitely do that with, I'm sure there's lots of stands or markets close to where you live. Changing up your flowers and using them in decor, just changing up your vignettes, using flowers as a part of your vignettes, or a beautiful bowl of fresh tomatoes or peaches or cherries or something like that. And we just sort of snack and look pretty all at the same time.
Snacking, decorating.
My
Yes.
favorite, you bring up an excellent point, Yvonne. That is true. My favorite decorating thing for the summer is a big bowl of peaches, because they're beautiful, but they are so delicious. So,
And you can't put them in the refrigerator or they get mealy, so why not use them?
we do. We have to keep them.
Well, in our neck of the woods, we would never put a peach in the refrigerator, but I just put them out. They're so beautiful. The same with tomatoes; they become part of my, kitchen decor or on my kitchen table.
Yeah, we pick up peaches in North Carolina and bring them back to Texas, and we'll do like a bushel and a half.
Ooh,
wow.
I know we have to refrigerate them, but
for that
fine.
many, they smell. Even if they smell so good. If you would just have a fruit in a bowl,
they
I can't
do.
imagine that amount probably really permeates the whole house.
And we have a peach tree, so when we bring them in, I try to clip a little bit of the leaves and a few little stems and fit those into the bowl as well, and they just look so pretty.
Oh, that's such a good idea. I love
And so
farm
economical.
stands. Yeah, so smart. I love that. Talking about the cut flowers too, what I love to do is either pick up the flowers at a farm stand, my garden, Trader Joe's, any place like that, and then use those vintage totes. Everybody's seen them. They're kind of from, I mean, I think some of them probably are the 50s, maybe 60s, maybe even into the 70s. Some of them have the names of places people visited and whatnot. I don't really look for those.
Yeah.
But I look for the flower ones or the ones that have, the woven fruit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And I mean, you can pick those up for a song at, well, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't let me pay with a song because everybody knows I can't sing, but you know what I'm saying. They're cheap. And I like to put big plastic drinking cups inside, like a really tall one. And then you don't have to worry about the glass or anything like that. Fill it with water and just plop in some tall flowers, like maybe some snapdragons, something like that has a longer stem, so they're peeking out. And just put them in little corners around your house. You can do that with those French market baskets that are so pretty as well.
Yes.
They're a little lower and a little wider at the top. So if you're going to use those, I would suggest getting a fuller bouquet rather than a more vertical flower. But that looks so pretty, and you're using it as a vase, and it really, takes up a lot of space, in a corner, or if you do a vignette on the floor, you could even hang it from a doorknob, but one that's not used often, a door that's not swung open by your kids or anything. You don't want the water sloshing all around.
And Kelly, that's such a designer tip. When you go to
thank
magazines
you,
and things, you see that. You see those baskets. They're that's just a real like a designer's tip, like when they photograph, or a stylist tip. Also, you don't have to go to Tijuana to get a Tijuana basket because they sell them very inexpensively.
They do. Yeah, I have a little bit of, I have a real soft spot for those. I don't know, something my grandma had one that she always used, and she used it for, the purpose it was supposed to be.
Oh my goodness. You just brought up sorry to interrupt.
No,
you just brought up such a childhood memory. My
did.
nanny, who was my grandmother, had one she carried around called Florida. I remember that.
Of course.
I would have never remembered that had you not said that.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Thank you for the memory.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's so great. I think my grandma's had Mexico on it, but my grandma was a trip. So I just, I don't know, maybe I loved it because they're just so charming too. I mean, they're kind of right up there. And here's another thing that I collect. It's really not summery, but I do use these plates in the summertime because it's okay if Kansas or Missouri maybe breaks because I don't live there. But the state plates, I have a thing for those.
So these aren't plastic. These aren't melamine.
No, these are not. But these are ones where you can find them at a state sale.
Plates.
Oh, because
you are a trip.
Well, they were. That's so funny.
I can't help it.
No, I love those, and I have a stack of them.
Isn't that funny? Now, what do you do with those?
I just use them for outside. And let and like, and the kids think it's funny. When they were little, they thought it was really fun, like what state they got. And I'm a little more particular about using New York and California because we live here. But and I have a friend who lives in Minnesota, and I seem to trip upon Minnesota a lot. I don't know. People don't pick them up. And so I always send her Minnesota. They're just fun. And I think it's just so cute and kitsch that, people would go on a trip someplace and buy, a plate that has the state capital of Kansas on it.
The little spoons everybody collected, the souvenir spoons?
I have some of those too. I have them from the World's Fair, though. I love those.
We are going down a bunny trail, girls.
I know,
okay.
Sorry.
All right. So, we were talking about plates. Does anybody use other sort of outdoor wear for the summer?
I do. The last few years, I've been collecting melanin, acrylic, plastic plates to use outside. And actually, I'll put a post I did about that on the show notes. I keep everything in a big 7-Up, old-fashioned 7-Up crate.
Oh, cute.
And I have collected a huge collection of beautiful like stemware that we use outdoors, like wine glasses that are unbreakable, and fabulous colorful plates with all kinds of great motifs on them. And I have a whole red, white, and blue thing for our Memorial Day, Labor Day, and the 4th of July. So, yeah, that is something I love to have. We do a lot of summer outdoor al fresco eating. And it's nice to have, just know that the wind's not going to blow anything over. Or as
that's
we
a great
talk,
idea.
yes, nothing's going to fall on the floor as we bring things in.
No, and that's so smart. And people, myself included, like nobody should snub their nose at plastic because,
it's come a long way.
It's come a long way,
Some
and
of it's
Yvonne will
not-
show us that. But and also it's practical for outside. You don't, God forbid, especially if you have little kids running around, someone drops a wine glass or something like that, and it's reusable. So you're not creating
Yes.
all that trash with paper and whatnot.
So the other thing you can do for the porch is I have a lot of enamel on steel, kind of camping plates and
Oh yeah,
things. So you can
Yes,
do that
how
as
I
well.
love
fun.
enamelware. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so
Girls,
that's
I
another
just-
option if you
I
don't want
wanted
the
to
plastic.
add, I even have wine glasses that were monogrammed that have our initial and that they're acrylic.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'll put where you can get those in the show notes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a nice. That's a nice hostess gift. too.
Beautiful gift.
Oh,
Yes.
Really nice hostess.
So,
gift.
I have another outdoor one.
Okay, bring it on.
Well, I love to set up our hammock outdoors.
We had a hammock years ago. We don't
Yeah.
have trees for a hammock here, but I guess you could do
Well,
it on the stand.
Yeah, you can use the stand, but I like that look with the trees. So
Me too.
I've got, we have 2 hammock stands, and then we have like 5 hammocks because, I don't know. We just
Is
do.
this at the ranch?
This is at the farm.
Oh, at the farm. Mhm.
But I bought, because I just thought it would be so pretty. I haven't even put it up yet. I need to. One of those, I think the Mayan ones, I think is what they're called. But it's, most of them are rope.
Yeah.
That, because you want that because it's going to let the breeze go through. But I bought one that's cloth that has the lace kind of fringe on the sides.
Oh, my.
I've seen those in photos. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
so
one
I
in
thought it'd
person.
make some pretty photos. Hopefully it'll be comfortable. I'll let you know.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to take a little break in the action here to remind you about canvaspeople.com, our sponsors. Canvas People has a way of turning your photos into these beautiful works of art on canvas. It's a really easy service to use, and for Decorating Tips and Tricks listeners, you can get a free 11 by 14 canvas. All you have to do is pay the shipping. So it's so awesome. Just wanted to jump in here and let you know about that. So visit Canvas People at canvaspeople.com and put in the code decorating. I know some of you have already taken them up on this free offer and you've emailed and let us know. So if you haven't, go ahead and do it. Okay, back to the show.
Speaking
Yeah.
of hammocks, made me think of my favorite place at Stone Gable, and that's my back porch swing.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been getting that ready for summer. You'll find me most mornings either out in my garden picking weeds and picking whatever is coming up and young and delicious to eat, or sitting on my back porch with a cup of coffee. So getting that ready for spring is really fun. And if you have a place for a porch, do it. I mean, a place for a swing, do it.
Well, you
It
know what
is
I've seen that I've been
so
really
wonderful.
wanting that I've never gotten is one of those swinging beds. Don't those look
Oh,
amazing?
yes, I've seen those.
Oh, yeah.
I have room for it too, so one of these days I might do that.
You know who makes those? That they have the beautiful Instagram. Is it handmade? I think their last name is Han or something. Handmade. I'll have to look for it. I'll put it in the show notes. But
Okay,
wow,
that's
they have
interesting.
beautiful
But yeah,
work.
even if you have a little space, or you've got a second story, a deck that has a good drop, put a swing under there because it just is life changing for at least the
Well,
3
and we
seasons,
have
spring, summer, and fall.
Yeah,
here.
and I think if you don't have a covered porch, you could always do one of those swings that comes with the stand.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
like a glider, like an old
Yeah, well,
glider.
or actually a swing with a with a stand. Yeah.
Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the point being, get yourself outside in the summer.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have something set up right now, if you have even the smallest little space, like a little courtyard or something, go get yourself a little bistro set. I mean, you can get those for sometimes around $100, and you have 2 chairs and a small table. Sometimes there's even the hole in the center, and you can get a smaller umbrella. I know Wayfair sells smaller umbrellas. I got a littler one, just 4 feet wide for Laura's balcony. And
oh, how sweet.
Yeah, and nice. Just take, here's the key, everybody. Take the time to go out there. I'm trying to do that. After I cleaned off my porch, I said, I better get it. Before it gets dirty again, I'm getting out here. Yesterday morning, I was like, I'm going out there. No one's going to stop me. As soon as I got set up, it was really early because I thought, I got to sneak out here. Brought my tea out.
I did want to add this tip because we live in South Texas in Houston, and it's very hot here in the summer. So what we do is, we love our porch. So in the summer, we just eat in the part that's not in the sun just for breakfast. And then the rest of the day, it's not pleasant enough to be out there. But you can, if you get out there early enough, breakfast is perfect. So there's usually... And that's kind of the way we work it with our porches at the farm. If it's kind of winter time, for us, it's not that cold. So we'll sit where the warmest part of the day in the sun. But when it's summertime and it's hot, we'll find the coolest part that's in the shade and just go out for breakfast.
And the coolest part of the day. That's right.
So you just kind of find the part of the porch that's, appropriate. Like I said, if it's the summer, just try to get out there first thing in the morning to enjoy your porch, and then spend the rest of the time inside if it's blazing hot.
Good advice. And here's another thing that I do. I was a first grade teacher, and so we just studied and learned going from one season and one holiday to the next, and I've sort of never lost that. And so I make sure that every season I put a new wreath on my door.
Oh, yes.
Very
so
nice. That is very teacher-like.
It is. And I have a spring one up right now. It's cherry blossoms. But in about the next week, I'll make a new door wreath. And wreaths are so easy to make. First of all, a beautifully done wreath is very expensive. And I've learned some of the tricks of the trade. And, I usually put them on a grapevine wreath, but I always, even if it's like a willow wreath or something that's a little more twiggy, I put two wreaths together. The base is always a grapevine wreath. And then the other one is whatever kind I'm using. Let's say another grapevine wreath. And I put them together with zip ties because that thickness makes a huge difference in how they look.
Oh, good point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to hear you're using your zip ties too.
I am, out of our toolbox. That was our toolbox episode.
Yes.
Yes. And so change up your door wreath. It really makes a big difference. And I used the door wreath that I had made the prior year on my back door. Now that's already up
Oh, now that's what I was rotating.
there. And then after
Yeah.
that, I break it all apart and save all the pieces to use to create something new.
Oh, so you do. I was going to ask you that. Do you, because you have a lot of wreaths, do you take them apart?
I do.
Okay. You don't
But
just
for the
bag
most
them
part,
up.
there's a couple that I've kept that like my cherry blossom. I've had that for quite a number of years.
It's so pretty.
I just can't part with it because they were the cherry blossoms that we actually got at a New York trade show and they were big trees that were in the church for my daughter's wedding. So I know. So I took all the twigs and branches off of them, and then I made all kinds of things. But I made a wreath, so I can't part with that. But for the most part, I pull it all apart and recycle.
Great idea.
And here's just another little tip. Unless they're really ugly, I am a big proponent of getting absolutely gorgeous faux flowers. Like if you can't tell when you're 3 feet from the flower or plant, then it's okay. But if you can, forget it. And buying good quality is and they're an investment is always best. But when you do a door wreath, I relax that because they do get wear and tear. So if you can find nice fakes but not fabulous fakes, that's pretty good. You're okay.
Yeah, I think you could get away with that with the wreath too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Great
So,
idea.
Inside, I tend to do a little bit of a changeover. I mean, it's sort of riffing off Anita's, like it doesn't get really cold here. Like it doesn't get really cold in Houston. So even though I like to work with the seasons inside with pillows and whatnot, it's pretty seasonless. Except for my big fuzzy pillows that I love. And I keep looking at them.
Mongolian monsters.
Yes.
Yeah, the Mongolian fuzzies that I went a little crazy with. But I keep looking at them and I'll take them away. And then it just looks a little sad where they were.
I'm
and a
still
little
loving
empty.
my fur pillows too. So mine are still out.
Well, are you going to put them away?
I don't know. I really like them a lot.
Girls,
But
can you do me a favor?
what?
When I come to visit you, if it is summer, put them away. I would be too hot. They would
know
make
us
me
well- no.
literally hot, not in a good way. When I
Okay,
see
Yvonne, you
things
know
like
us well
that.
enough. If it's sitting out, just throw it in the closet. I'm not going to complain.
So funny. Yeah, I think they need to go. I'm
So here's
trying
my
to look
little-
for something else.
Yeah, here's my little secret.
No,
It's
do
kind of.
tell.
I feel like I have a deep, dark blogger secret.
Oh,
Because
I'm listening in. I just leaned in closer.
because so many bloggers do all of this seasonal decorating, and my secret is I don't really do much. I mean, if you look at pictures of my house, you can't tell what season it is, so I don't really do a lot.
You're a woman for all seasons.
There you
there
go.
you go. Oh my goodness.
Yes. We can.
So
No, but I agree, and I don't. I think we talked about. I don't delve into the cutesy so much, but I do like to. So there are not a lot of bunnies or leprechauns or things like that, or elves and stuff. But obviously, we all decorate for Christmas, and we all do that. But
Right.
yeah, I don't have bins for Arbor Day and things like that. I don't go too crazy. But,
I have some bunnies, but they're gorgeous. I leave them out all year round. I mean,
They
if it's
don't.
Christmas
They
time-
don't look like an Easter bunny.
No, but no. They're like concrete and stuff. So maybe
Right.
I put a bow on it for Christmas. I don't know. I kind of leave them out.
right.
So,
I kind of agree with Yvonne though, because when it gets too hot, I don't want to look at those sweater pillows, or I
no,
don't think
I
I'm going to
don't
want to
have.
look at the
But that's what I'm
fuzzies.
saying. Most of my stuff isn't winter or summer.
Yeah.
It's just kind
Well,
of.
your linen is all year round.
Oh, that's all year
Well,
round.
for here it's year round. Yeah.
I'm going to
so-
look for a buffalo. I know I told you guys about those napkins I bought, but you know what?
Yes.
I still haven't made them into pillows. And since we've got the
Now-
barn going right now, I don't know that I'm going to do that.
Get
So-
your hot glue gun out.
Oh, my.
hot glue.
Oh, the glue
You
with the
know.
pillows.
Well, I have
Enough.
I have a cute little story. When Bob and I was dating, he had a black car that was not air conditioned, and I am like the air conditioned girl. And he came to pick me up in August in a pair of brown corduroy pants.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, I would never tell him how to dress, but I said, go home, change your clothes. Just looking at him, I was hot. And again, not in the good way.
We're not going there.
Not in the good way.
Not
I
in the good
couldn't
way.
imagine of getting into his black air conditioned car with him in dark brown corduroy pants. So I think we have to decorate lighter.
But,
and
you
if
know,
you're
we
a
did-
guy and you're dating somebody listening to this, wear lighter colored clothes. Don't wear
Yeah,
corduroy
yeah.
in August.
Let her know you're aware of the seasons. Yeah.
That's true. And be aware of the seasons in your home. I think that's
it's a
important
good
to give a nod
I
to
think
them.
it's a nod to the
Yeah,
seasons.
yeah.
Right.
So I do. Yeah, I mean, but I was going to say my spring stuff looks oddly like my summer stuff. So that would be
Well,
some-
your
you know,
weather oddly is the same too. Pretty
I know
much.
it's pretty much the same year round. So yeah, so
Yeah.
the mossballs and the I try to bring some plants inside. So yeah, I mean things like that. So yeah, I mean I just think you're just going to try to bring some of that outdoors in as much as you can.
I think you're right,
Yeah.
and I think that's what summer's all about. I don't think
Right.
many of us decorate with I call them tchotchkes or furbelows. Did you know that word, girls? That's like a fifth grade word.
I don't even know what that
Furbelows.
is.
A furbelow is like a tchotchke. It's just like a little
my
ornamental
gosh.
thing.
Is that an English word? Like American
Well-
word? Where is that word from?
Well, I learned that. What was that Balderdash? That game you can play about words.
Oh.
That's how I learned it. I've never lost
I don't think
it.
people use that term though. I've not
But a
heard that one.
tchotchke or a furbelow, we don't use those. Most people who decorate don't decorate like that anymore.
Right.
That's
That's
a
true.
time way gone by, and most people who love to decorate really decorate by bringing what's around them in their house. All times of year.
Yeah, but I don't go look. I don't go to the store and go, oh, what's their summer stuff? I mean, I may kind of do some of my more cheery pillows and then add some natural elements. But yeah,
right. Well, that's what I say. I don't know that I'm going to have time to make those buffaloes out of the napkins. And then I'm thinking, gosh, they're really cute napkins. I could use this too. So I'm going to be looking for some buffalo check pillows. I think that those will make me happy. And then I can maybe put away my furry Mongolians.
There
And then
you
I can
go.
just visit them in the closet once in a while.
And I have
Another-
two great resources for wonderful buffalo plaid pillows, and we'll put those in the show notes.
Oh,
Oh, well.
I wanna
that's
see
perfect.
that.
I mean, I need that. Okay. Another thing that can be done tastefully is adding some shells and things that might remind, especially if you're a beach lover and you don't get there as much. Maybe you want to add a little bowl of shells. I wouldn't go all crazy coastal
yeah,
with,
great idea.
nautical themes and things like that. If that's not really what's going on in your house in
Again,
general.
a little nod to the season.
Yeah,
a
but
little
my
nod.
mother somehow decided that the beach was associated with the bathroom. So we always
Oh.
had nautical stuff in the bathroom, like shells and stuff. But my mom hated the beach. I don't know why she had shells. I think she just decided that's because there's running water. I don't know.
But I don't think that's uncommon for, let's say, 30 years ago or more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't do any shells in the bathroom, but I will do a silver bowl with some starfish in it. The
Oh,
smaller
that
size
sounds so
starfish.
pretty.
So pretty. And you can, you think, oh, it's hard to collect starfish. Although I do have a great starfish story that I'll tell you guys another time. But Starfish are hard to find dried up on the beach, and you'd be lucky if you got one in a lifetime, probably. So you can just order those, or if you are on vacation, there's always the little shell shop. And when my girls were little, they always wanted to shop in the shell shop, and you ended up getting some, this little shell thing glued into a figurine or whatnot.
Yeah, with the eyes on it.
Yeah, the little googly eyes.
A little fur below.
Exactly. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. We're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And the deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. And I didn't know. I could have said no furbelows, and that would have confused them long enough. But
Like
I'll
a stun gun. Yeah.
Stun gun, just like a taser.
What?
So I'll put some starfish in a bowl and just leave it out in the foyer or something like that. And the starfish looks so pretty against for me, the tarnished silver. I just love that.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm.
But you know who? And I'm not a real coastal girl because I don't live in a coastal area necessarily, even though everybody kind of thinks if you're in California, you probably have a surfboard on your roof. I actually spent a heck of a lot more time at the beach when I lived in New York than I do here.
Oh, interesting.
But
you have a chair that you found at a garage sale.
I have a
to
chair,
the top
exactly.
of your car.
Exactly, that's me. But you know who does coastal beautifully? And she lives in Florida, and so it suits, but she does it in a way that you don't feel like you just walked into
a shell shop.
A shell shop, exactly. Yvonne is Christy from starfishblog.com.
Oh, Starfish Cottage.
Yes. Starfishcottageblog.com.
Very nice.
Yes.
It's such a beautiful job, and her home is lovely and bright, all the year round. But again, she brings in the seasons, even though I'm sure it's warm where she is in Florida all year round. Her Christmas tour was beautiful, but, bringing in the nautical look to, not nautical necessarily, but the ocean, the beachy look. Just love it. So we suggest everybody goes over and has a look, especially as we're coming upon the summertime.
So
it is really a lovely blog.
Yeah, if you want a beach look, I mean, she's got some great ideas there.
Yes,
she
lovely.
does.
And she's such a nice person.
She really is. And she's a friend of our podcast as well.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, what else do you guys do?
Well, a vignette, you know how much I love my vignettes. They take a big turn in the warmer weather. I go from sort of a heavier decor. I keep the things that I love. Usually I have a white picture in there, and I have, burlap covered books. They're sort of my staple. But my flowers change out, and I might put something like a lighter kind of a lantern in there, something that looks a little more summery. And like you, I might put a little bowl of starfish. I really like, that's sort of the extent of my summer decorating. Or another thing is I made out of these dollar store glass candle holders. They're just straight. I wrapped them with rope about a third of the way up and hot glued a starfish onto them, and they find their way often into my vignette.
Oh, that's a great
so
idea.
cute.
Yeah, and I'll put that in the show notes. A very easy DIY. Even if you're not crafty, you certainly could do this. And they often find themselves because they're sort of lighter and more summery.
Yeah, and I think of string lights on the porch too. That just says summer to me.
Love it.
And it looks like you're giving a party, but you're not.
You don't
you're
necessarily have to.
a party for one. That's fine
Yeah,
too.
That's a great final tip. And remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
Hey there. If you're loving our podcast like we're loving our podcast, we would love you to rate and review us. Head to iTunes to do that. It's easy and it would mean so much to us.